your journey to self-forgiveness. Here are some prompting questions that may help you along your journey. Grab a pen and paper, connect to your breath, and write through your heart. Start off by taking a deep breath in and exhaling through the mouth. And take a deep breath in at your own pace and exhale a longer breath out. And so I'd like you to define what loving thyself means and the process of what that looks like to you. Remembering there's no right or wrong answers. It is individualistic to you. This is just a tool to help you explore deeper into your self-forgiveness. I'll just give you a few moments to write. Remembering you can always come back to this clip, rewind and pause so that you can go at your own pace. So what does loving thyself and the process look like to you? The next question is, where are you at on the scale of self-compassion and forgiveness of yourself? And so you're going to rate these separately. So self-compassion, rating yourself from a 0 to a 10, 0 being low and 10 being high. Remembering we are working from the lens of compassion towards ourselves, that this rating does not define us, and this rating is flexible. This is just a tool used to help us navigate to where we want to be, and to stay aware of where we're at. So rating yourself around self-compassion and self-forgiveness. And while you're rating yourself, I'd like you to dive deeper into that number that you chose and ask yourself why you have rated yourself at that number. The next question is, how have your experiences impacted the way that you forgive yourself and provide yourself with self-compassion? So how have your experiences, whether that is your experiences of sexual violence or just your regular experiences in life, how have they shaped the way that you forgive yourself, the way you provide yourself with compassion? And I want you to think about how your emotions are attached to how you feel about yourself and what you feel you're worthy of receiving. in regards to self-forgiveness and compassion for yourself. And again, just checking in with your breath. If emotions are coming up, just know that that is normal. Remembering you can pause and come back to this place of the recording. And so your next question is going to be around your beliefs around forgiveness. So asking yourself, what are your beliefs around self-forgiveness? I want you to imagine that a friend was talking to you about not being able to forgive themselves. What would you say to that friend? Would you tell them that they are worthy of being forgiven? Or would you encourage them to keep holding that grudge against themselves? And so you may notice that you may be giving a friend advice around forgiving themselves and them being worthy. But the advice may differ or feel like it's supposed to differ when it comes to ourselves. I want you to ask yourself, the advice that applies to you, is this a belief of your own, or is this a conditioned belief that has maybe been shaped by others, that has been shaped by your experiences? And when we're able to identify if this is a conditioned belief or our own belief, it allows our mind and our brain to sort of understand that these are trauma responses, and that they are not tied to our identity. And so your next question is, what do you believe and know to be true about yourself? And with this, I want you to focus on the beautiful things about yourself. What do you believe and know to be true about yourself? Are you honest? Are you transparent? Are you kind-hearted? Are your intentions pure? Are you dedicated to your healing? And so after you've outlined these beautiful things about yourself, these strengths about yourself, I want you to turn inwards and reflect on how you can shift your lens from shaming to unconditional love for yourself. How can you always see yourself through these rose gold lenses? How can you see yourself from the compassion that you already do have within you. Again, there just may be layers that are covering it. And asking yourself, what are those layers that are covering this self-compassion that's already within me? What fears are holding you back from forgiving yourself? What would happen if you forgave yourself? What would happen if you took the time to just be the observer and notice that you are going through a transition, that maybe falling into or back into patterns is a part of your transition to breaking those patterns? The fact that you can notice and be aware of what's happening is already vital. It's already one step forward towards where you want to be. And so your last question for reflection is, how are you talking to yourself? Especially in these moments where you need that compassion. Are you providing that to yourself? And if you're not, again, approaching it with compassion, and then asking yourself, how do you want to be talking to yourself? And how can you show up as that person that you can trust? How can you be more of that person that you can trust for yourself? How can you show up like that? It's important that we have that balance of accountability and compassion. Accountability does not mean that we beat ourselves up. It means we acknowledge and we find a way to work through our patterns that we want to break. And so how do you want to be talking to yourself? Putting ourselves down causes more detrimental impacts. I want you to create a mantra or an affirmation that when you catch yourself in the process or in the moment of completing unwanted behaviors or patterns, a mantra that you can repeat to yourself. Or if you find yourself putting yourself down, what is a mantra that you can remind yourself? And then taking note of if these put downs are even yours. Is that your true voice? Is that your highest self talking to you? Or is that someone else's voice? How's your breath? Just checking in with yourself. remembering you can always go back to these questions and revisit them over and over again. In fact, I encourage you to do this often, because there's going to be different experiences showing up that are going to challenge you to move forward in your journey of self-forgiveness. Remembering that this is in fact a journey. Self-forgiveness is not a destination. It's not somewhere that we reach. It's a process. And through this process requires patience, compassion, honesty, and unconditional love. Each day you are closer and closer to where it is that you want to be. But I encourage you to honor yourself for where you're at right now. There is such beauty in this stage. Thank you for listening. I hope that these prompts were helpful, insightful, and anything else that you needed from this, that it was received. From my heart to your beautiful heart, have a beautiful rest of your day, sending you warmth, healing, kindness, and anything else that you need.